Taquitos. Let's talk about that.
Microphone off.
Good morning. I don't know why. I just decided, hey, today we're gonna eat some taquitos. Of course, they're store bought. I haven't had one of these in a long time. I also got some sour cream to dip. What's in these again? Remember the first time I ate these? My butt burned. Who hasn't had that experience? Come on. They're actually really good. What's in these? It's like potato, sort of. Where's my fucking boring? Let's watch something about them.
Every screen record selected. Photos.
This low-key feels like Good Mythical
58. But selected. Good Mythical. Show. Video collapse.
So these aren't the spicy ones, I assume.
More search back button. Ticket voice search.
History of taquitos.
Cancel micro speech off.
History of taquitos. Alright.
History of Taquitos. Set click more. Food history. Tacos de canasta 9 minutes. A history of tacos 17 minutes. Go to world famous beef taquitos vertical line iconic Mexican food in Los Angeles 9 minutes.
Might not be able to watch the whole thing, we'll see.
That's how long it would take a cybercriminal to crack.
Visit skip ad butts heading
I know I didn't
collapse
plan this.
video butts.
Mexicans and Italians make the best food, man. Not taquitos.
Video record track 53 seconds of speech off.
Alright, let's see what
Auto collapse video. Food history. Tacos. The true history of food vertical line. The origin of the taco vertical line. Scott Chef
whatever.
part-time 8 minutes. KSAT explains. History of the taco and how the food has evolved over generations. 2 minutes.
By partaking in the taco, ultimately you are part of this long tradition out of this deep history.
We all know a taco, but what defines a taco? Loose definition, a tortilla, filling, and maybe salsa. But the taco editor of Texas Monthly, yes, that is a real job, says there's more to it than that. According to Jose Relat, that's just the first definition.
The second one is that a taco is a reflection of its time and place. A taco is regional.
meaning a taco from San Antonio is not going to be the same as a
Very
taco in
interesting.
Mexico City. And a taco today isn't going to taste the same as the tacos indigenous people ate in Mesoamerica in 10,000 BC. That's when historians
interesting.
believe corn was first domesticated and tortillas were first made.
We can look into the most ancient sources of story for clues about where the taco emerged. And it really is something that emerges in the earliest evidence of the indigenous peoples, and particularly around the cultivation of domestic corns.
John Philip Santos is a professor of mestizo cultural studies at the Honors College at UTSA.
To study mestizo culture is to study those cultures that are, by their nature, mixed and overlaid one upon the other.
Which, from the start, has been the story of the taco. When the Spanish arrived in present-day Mexico in the early 1500s, they were introduced to the taco.
The Spaniard becomes, in part, mesticized through the ingestion of corn and the taco particularly.
And that blending of cultures led to the creation of the relatively younger flour tortilla.
The great divide that emerges through the centuries between the corn tortilla and the flour tortilla is itself a testimony to the mixed nature of this story, because the flour tortilla comes out as a result of the cultivation of wheat, which is brought from Northern Europe.
And of course, as the taco becomes more widespread and touched by other cultures, the kinds of tacos found in different regions begins to vary.
I can't tell if it's potato or not.
This is a HelloFresh box with everything you need to turn these ingredients into easy, fresh home cooking. Dinner is solved.
Video add it skip ad but skip ad. Video player.
Then chances are you've been to Taco Bell.
Oh my God, it's the best. It's the best.
Since 1962, the franchise has been serving up Mexican-American cuisine at prices that have totally changed the way Americans think about fast food. So, today on Weird History Food, we're going to take a look at the spicy, gassy history of Taco Bell. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other fast food franchises you would like to hear about next. Okay?
I would like you to accompany me to Taco Bell.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Now, you might assume that the name Taco Bell is a reference to the bell that appears in the company's logo, but you would be wrong. The titular bell is actually a reference to the company's founder, Glenn Bell, who named the place after himself. Hey, at least he didn't call it Taco Glen. Glen Supreme.
So tasty.
Inspired by the cuisine at the Mitla Cafe in San Bernardino, California, Bell started tinkering with a recipe for crunchy tacos as early as 1951. While he is sometimes credited with inventing the preformed crunchy taco shells that are so ubiquitous today, he actually got the idea from Mitla founder Doña Lucia Rodriguez. Right around this time, Bell opened Bell's Drive-In and Bell's Hot Dogs and Hamburgers in the San Bernardino area. The chili dog sauce he developed for these businesses would later become Taco Bell's famous taco sauce. That's using every part of the chili dog. To distinguish his restaurants from the competition, particularly McDonald's, Bell began to experiment with his offerings a little and added tacos to his menu. McDonald's does not sell tacos, primarily because one can never trust a taco made by a clown. The tacos were a hit, leading Bell to become a partner in two different taco chains, Taco Tia and El Taco. In 1962, using money he made selling his steak in the El Taco chain, Glenn opened the first Taco Bell at 7112 Firestone Boulevard in Downey, California. By 1967, the chain had grown to over 100 locations. 3 years after that, Taco Bell had more than tripled to 325 restaurants. Hangovers would never be the same again. Today, Taco Bell is owned by Yum Brands, the same corporation which owns Pizza Hut and KFC, which is why you sometimes see these franchises smashed together in the same building, like some kind of tasty food mutant. For those who have been to the All-in-One, we salute you. But between Yum Brands and Glen Bell, Taco Bell had another owner, Pepsi. Yes, in 1978, Coke's #1 competitor bought Taco Bell from its founder for $125 million. That may sound like a bargain, but when adjusted for inflation, that amount goes up to over $500 million. Someone at Pepsi really had a thing for the 7-layer burrito. During the 1960s, Pepsi had noticed that Taco Bell was making tacos popular among the American public. By 1970, the company wanted to wet its carbonated beak in the trend and bought an Oklahoma-based restaurant called Taco Boy, which they quickly rebranded as Taco Kid for some reason. Evidently, they wanted to be clear they sold more than just men's tacos. Pepsi hoped the restaurant could grow into a competitor for Taco Bell. But in case you haven't noticed the distinct lack of Taco Kid locations in the mall food court, things didn't work out for the kid. So Pepsi decided to just buy Taco Bell instead. And in 1978, they did. In 1997, they spun their fast food division off into a separate company called Tricon Global Restaurants, which sounds like a place where robots go to get Chinese food. So in 2002, Tricon became Yum Brands. For as long as there has been Taco Bell, there have been rumors that the meat in their products was, not meat, or only 36% beef, or grade D beef, which isn't really even a thing. So what's the straight dope? Well, while Taco Bell meat does arrive at the restaurants pre-cooked, it's otherwise pretty unremarkable.
Pass. Record 4 minutes 15 seconds elapsed of 12 minutes.
Fillers derived from oats. The meat is also blended with an additive known as soy lecithin, which acts to keep the ingredients in the beef from separating. But the ingredients themselves aren't anything you wouldn't find in the meat at any other fast food restaurant.
I don't think I can really continue for very long.
Previous video, but collapse 308p control select open controls selected photos 11
Couple
50
more minutes,
but screen recording.
For whatever that's worth to you. Whether it's a crunchy taco with beef or a chicken chalupa, Taco Bell serves plenty of meat. But the Bell is a favorite spot of vegetarians as well. To start with, Taco Bell customers can substitute beans, rice, or potatoes for any of the meat products in any of the menu items. This means almost anything on the menu can effectively be rendered vegan. Even the guacamole can be switched out for the sour cream. You know, if you're a psychopath. In 2019, the corporation made a public commitment to making their menu even more friendly to vegetarians and vegans, which is saying something because there are already a zillion potential vegetarian combinations on the menu. The menu has a dedicated veggie cravings section on it, and the Taco Bell website features a guide to eating vegan at the franchise that was prepared in cooperation with the American Vegetarian Association. Although if you're looking for a healthy diet, Taco Bell probably shouldn't be saved in your GPS.
Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, I sure did. Taquitos, pretty good.